I'm Julia Snowden. I'm an installation artist and I like to make work that's playful, that gets the viewer involved, and I don't really mind if they know that it's art or not. I just want everyone to have a good time and do some playing. And so the piece we're talking about today is called Do Touch, and it's the final piece to come out of an Arts Council funded project that was looking into how to make interactive art without touch in response to COVID. So it's all began in November 2020 as COVID had become part of our life and we were living in a world where we couldn't touch artworks, we couldn't really touch anything without hand sanitizer or gloves. So this came to my first piece, which was in August 2021 at Art in the Park, where I made some lollipops that told jokes. So the viewer would walk past and then there was a motion sensor on the lollipops, so then they would start talking and telling you a joke. Then November came along when I took part in Random String and tried out a whole new idea. So I did a performance piece, which I'd say that I'm not a performer, but for one night only at Random String I was. So I had lots of circles on display. And then the audience would tell me how they wanted the circles to be arranged, and then we'd look at mixing up colours, sizes. They had circles within the circles, so different orientations of the amount of circles you could have together. And as we've gone through this time, COVID restrictions have changed a lot and people's attitudes have also changed. We decided to make a project called Do Touch, which invited the audience to touch, but we wanted to play with the concept a little bit. So the work is quite monster-esque, as you'll see. So they're big tall spikes and then they've got Velcro on them so you can stick tentacles to them, and then they've got velvet on them so they look really tactile, like you really want to touch them. And then in the background there's another motion sensor that plays monster noises to put the audience off a little bit more. So families have been having great fun at the Baltic. Lots of people have been doing as was intended, that they would stick on the tentacles. They've also been moving them away from the monster noises so the spikes weren't being distracted or harmed by the monsters that are in the background. Families have been fighting with them, so using them as giant swords. They've been used as hats, helmets. Lots of amazing play has happened. Colour coordinating, matching up like the same colours, different colours, and we've had some spikes that are massive, so you need like mum or dad to put them on if you want them at the top. And it's also meant that, you know, however small or tall you are, you can get involved. So it's been fantastic, and I hope that there's life beyond the Baltic, that the monsters will go onto other art galleries and museums. So that's kind of the next step for it.